So height means a lot in the game of basketball. There is no question about that. As much as people like to bring up the likes of Muggsy Bogues, they like to bring up Isaiah Thomas, height is obviously a massive, massive factor in the sport. And there is a lot of players that just straight up a big reason for why they're not in the league is because of height. But at the same time, just because you're not particularly tall doesn't mean it's a guarantee. It's going to be much harder to make a career out of basketball, to have a solid career, whether that be in college or in the NBA, but it doesn't make it impossible. Yesterday we looked at Julian Newman, a 5'7" player who everyone's talking about not being able to make it at Division 1 level because of his height. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about something a little bit different. And it's a guy who not only is smaller than Julian Newman, is 5 inches smaller than Julian Newman, and this guy is a starting point guard for a decent Division 1 team. And that player is Darnell Rodgers, who plays for UMBC. So before we get on to the video, we are doing a daily December. We are trying to upload a video every single day. We are currently through 7 days, uploaded 7 videos. So another 24 to go. And if you guys like the content, subscribe. We're trying to hit 110,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Realistically, we're probably not going to hit it, but you know what? Let's just try to get as close as possible. And even if I don't hit it, if I upload a video every day, just purely based on effort, that'll be a success. But anyway, now let's get on to it. So UMBC has become kind of the school of the underdog. Because if you guys probably do remember, UMBC were the 16th seed that beat the 1 seed a couple of years ago. And not only that, they were kind of led by a 5'7" point guard, KJ Mora. So they had an extremely undersized player there. They were obviously the underdog school. And now they might have one of the biggest underdog stories in college basketball. And I don't necessarily mean like this guy was always kind of overlooked. But it is a guy that is the smallest player playing Division 1 basketball. It's Darnell Rodgers, who is 5'2". And unlike a lot of the kind of smaller basketball players, unlike people like Malcolm Reed, who didn't really play much in college, played 6 games at 4'11", although his story is unbelievable. Jimmy High Roller already made a video on that. But Darnell Rodgers has been kind of seen as a D1 level prospect since high school. So a 5'2" point guard was actually a 3-star recruit and the number 90 point guard in the nation coming out of high school. His dad was 5'4" and was actually the 1998-99 Atlantic 10 Player of the Year and played professional basketball. So Darnell Rodgers wasn't like this completely overlooked prospect. His dad was barely taller than him, and he had a great career in college. And also Darnell Rodgers, in the AAU scene, he really broke onto everyone's radar. So he played in the EYBL against some of the top point guards in the nation, on one of the best teams around. He played with 6'10" Harry Giles, who, if you guys don't remember, in the 2016 class, wasn't Lonzo Ball that people thought was going to be number 1, wasn't Markelle Fultz, wasn't Tatum, wasn't any of those players. It was Harry Giles, who, if it wasn't for injury, who knows how good he could have become. He was expected to be, without question, the number 1 pick in the 2017 draft. And Darnell Rodgers was his point guard. So, obviously, in EYBL, he was, I'm not going to necessarily say he absolutely dominated, but he was holding his own against everybody. No matter how small he was, no matter how much smaller he was than his opponent, he was putting it up to them. No opponent scored more than 12 points while he was guarding him, and he had 10 double-digit games, including one where he scored 27 points. So he obviously held his own against the best competition in high school. And for that reason, there was absolutely no question that he was going to be playing Division 1 basketball, even though he is 5'2". So the reason why I don't think there's much noise about this guy right here, the reason why I don't think you're seeing tons of videos on him like you are from other kind of players that are maybe an inch smaller, even some players that are taller than him, as being really undersized, is because this guy, even though he should have been overlooked, wasn't. Let's be real. Sure, he may have been able to go to a bit of a better college, but UMBC is a good college. There's a chance of him making the tournament, playing in the America East Conference. And he's also averaging 14 points per game this year. And it's not much of a shock to see him averaging 14 points, 4.3 assists a game, as well as actually 3.4 rebounds, which is crazy for a 5'2" player. Even against LSU, who are one of the big colleges, he came on, scored 6 points, and played 29 minutes. Which, again, that was kind of why his profile's a little bit higher because he's been seen a little bit more on the national stage. But the reason we hadn't seen it up to then, the reason why there was no this 5'2" player is playing Division 1 basketball videos all over the place, is that this guy has been consistently good. He's been good at every level he played at, and now in the second season of college basketball, 14 points per game. So he is balling out. But yeah, so anyway, that is the video. You're going to see a lot more of this guy this season if you do watch UMBC. And honestly, I think while he's definitely not going to be an NBA player, there is no question about that. He's a pro level player. He's averaging 14 points at a fairly okay Division 1 school, mid-major Division 1 school. He is a high-ish level pro player. He's a guy who can make a career out of basketball, and he's 5'2", which we've said of very, very few players over the past couple of years that are that small. He's smaller than Muggsy Bogues, and he's going to be a pro basketball player if he chooses to do it. But anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.